Take a listen to this. Agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, or the ATF, made a surprise visit to a Delaware resident's home where the exchange with the homeowner has gotten a lot of people's attention. This guy is a legal firearm owner. It sparked backlash and a lot of questions because the agents asked this man randomly to provide his weapon's serial numbers without any kind of warrant. For more on this, let's welcome in Montana Congressman, member of the House Veterans Affairs and Natural Resources Committees, Matthew Rosendale, back with us. Congressman, this is pretty unbelievable. This surprise inspection, I know it got your attention, and now you're asking for answers from the ATF. Take us through what happened here.
The gentleman bought some firearms, and apparently it clicked off an alert within the ATF because he bought more than one firearm within a stipulated period of time that they track. And so several ATF agents in body armor showed up at his house and asked him to produce those weapons and the serial numbers that they had. I can tell you this kind of activity without a warrant, without any crime being committed, without any crime being allegedly committed is very, very disturbing to me and the residents of Montana. I will tell you, if someone dressed in full body armor shows up at your front door without any type of warrant, you have not committed any crime. The people of Montana are not going to comply with this type of activity. And this is exactly the kind of actions that I was very disturbed about when we had the confirmation of the new director of ATF.
Yeah, so that's where I want to stop you.
We're not going to put up with this type of military state.
Steve Dettelbach was sworn in as the head of the ATF on the same day that this incident took place. What do you make of the timing there?
I think that it is very evident that this is the kind of activity that we can expect out of this director. And these are the kinds of things that there was a lot of people sounding alarms about when you put these radicals in charge of these departments under the Biden administration.
And the homeowner was afraid that if he didn't comply, he was going to be arrested. Is that accurate?
I can only imagine that if people showed up at your front door in body armor and weapons and started demanding things, it would raise the concern of everyone.
Yeah.
Any reasonable person would be intimidated by that. Any reasonable person would be intimidated by that. And for citizens of the United States to be intimidated by their own government, again, this is a big problem.
Well, you shouldn't be afraid that agents are going to bang down your door if you own guns legally, especially in this country. Congressman, I want to talk about gas prices. The administration has been taking victory laps all week long. Today, the national average is $4.44 a gallon, so it's a lot lower than it was 6 weeks ago, but it's still 33 cents higher than the previous all-time record of $4.11 a gallon. We set that record back in 2008. What is the administration celebrating?
I have no idea. This is like when my wife goes out shopping and she tells me about the tremendous sales that she was able to access at one of the local department stores. They mark the dresses up by 50%, and then the next day when the sale comes on, they mark it down by 25%. The store's still doing better, and my pocketbook is a little bit lighter. The gas prices are exceedingly higher than they were when the Biden administration took office. This is not a complicated formula, Rob. That's the biggest problem. We have introduced in the Natural Resources Committee in the House 8 pieces of legislation to increase the production of oil and gas here within our own country. The domestic production has to be increased.
Yeah.
And so for President Biden to start celebrating because the gas prices came down by 40-50 cents a gallon when they're still about $2 a gallon more than they had been when he took office. Again, this is why I also just signed a letter to have the president take a cognitive test to see exactly what he does and does not understand. And that letter is being sent out by Representative Ronnie Jackson from Texas, who is a physician and has worked with presidents, and he does recognize when there's decline.
Yeah, I've spoken with the congressman about that. He served under 3 presidents, and Donald Trump took the Montreal cognitive test. He took one. Questions are being asked about Joe Biden's cognitive health. Congressman, were you with Gavin Newsom when he was hanging out in Montana a week ago on vacation. I just want to point this out. We know that he had his French Laundry dinner during the peak of COVID-19. Newsom's got a taxpayer-funded ban on trips to 21 Republican-led states because of supposedly anti-LGBTQ laws. But he went to Montana for vacation. Just quickly, in about 15 seconds, what'd you make of that hypocrisy?
Who wouldn't go to Montana for vacation?
Agreed.
We're glad to have Gavin Newsom's money. We don't want his politics.
Good point. Tom Brady goes to Montana. I'm all about Montana. Good to see you, Congressman. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Rob.